Hey guys, what's up? It's Elijah Sandyford for CBC Kids News. What's the matter? I look a little different? Well, that's because I'm in my new VR avatar and we're filming in our Kids News virtual studio. I'm actually at home right now in my VR headset. Hi! The first interview in our new studio is on COVID-19. It's been a rough few months during this pandemic, so we've asked kids all across Canada to submit their questions based on if they're feeling sad, stressed, or scared. Today I'm taking these questions to psychologist Dr. Duff. He has his VR headset on right now in British Columbia. He will try and answer your questions and provide tips and tricks to help with your mental health during a stressful time. So let's head over to the studio set and talk to Dr. Duff. Hi Dr. Duff, thanks for joining us today.
How do I look, Elijah?
It's classy. I like your avatar, especially the tie.
I chose it myself.
What do you think of our virtual studio?
It's beautiful. Such a nice space.
So Dr. Duff, the pandemic has been around for a while now, and life as we know it has changed a lot. Has the pandemic been hard on kids?
For a lot of kids, this has been really stressful. It's been really tough, especially kids who already have mental health challenges.
What kind of things can kids do to help with their mental health?
Probably the biggest thing that kids can do is to make sure to talk to people that they like talking to and like being around. The second biggest thing is to make sure that they're always staying active, doing stuff.
Speaking of kids, we have our first question on the screen here, so let's take a look.
Mental health is something that is being talked about more and more openly with the younger generation, but with older people it's still a topic that they might not be very comfortable sharing about. So I was wondering how as a child we can help out or talk to an older family member that we see is struggling with their mental health. For example, we see signs of depression or signs of anxiety, so I'm just wondering how we can reach out and help them.
Yeah, you know, Elijah, that's a really good question, especially when it seems like people don't really understand what they're going through. It's true, a lot of us are actually a lot more open nowadays in talking about it and accepting mental health as something that's important, something that's real. The biggest thing that we can do to talk to other people, and especially people in our life, is to try our best to empathize with how they're feeling. Empathy is when we show someone that we're actually feeling the same kinds of things that they feel. And so we just try our best to be curious and understand exactly what they're going through.
Let's take a look at the screen at our next question submitted by a Canadian kid.
My name is Selena Goa, and my question is, how can I explain the concept of depression and poor mental health to disbelieving family members or friends? Thank you.
You know, Elijah, that's a good question from Selena. Let's head over to a new visualization room so I can tell you what I think.
Whoa! This looks like a doctor's office or a hospital setting where you can get tests done to see what type of sicknesses or illnesses you have. Can you do the same for mental illnesses?
Well, sort of, but not in the same way that we check out other illnesses. In mental illness, there's no real blood test or brain scan that we can do that will always tell us that we have a mental health problem. And that's something that can make it kind of hard for some people to understand about why it actually is an illness. The thing about mental illness, what makes it so tricky and so yucky, is that you can't actually see the things that are happening, and it kind of hijacks the way that we think. Sometimes we can explain that to other people who don't really understand mental illness as a way to show that even though we can't see it on the outside, it's something going on inside our bodies.
Right, I can see what you mean. Well, thanks a lot, Dr. Duff, for taking the time out of your day to come and answer some kids' questions.
No problem, Elijah, anytime.
That was some interesting advice from Dr. Duff, and it was kind of cool to be in this virtual space where he can show us and tell us what he's talking about. What's that smell? Oh, I left my food in the oven and it's burning. Hold on, guys, I'll be right back. Sorry about that, guys. Oh, where are you? There you are. It's easy to get lost in this virtual space when I have my headset on. Anyways, shoutouts to Ruth, Bella, and Selena for submitting their questions. Check out our next video for more question and answers with Dr. Duff. I'm Elijah Sandyford for CBC Kids News. Peace. Wait a minute. How do I move my fingers in this? How am I supposed to do my pizza? Peace. Peace. You know what? High five.